with the Tennessee tone for a touchback. Right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this. And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you look.
Now in coverage. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. Short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a second down throw for Mario. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And this one is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On second down, here's Lauletta. It's complete to Golden Tate. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on third down, Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. They'll try to throw now. Mariota being chased out left. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Buying time to his left. Hard throw, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Leopard! Leopard! Black 99 Philly, here we go! Over!
They begin with a run by Barkley. Room past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 91 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They begin with Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And he's going to go down again. Alec Ogletree. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side on target to Kane, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Orakpo in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Jayon Brown in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. It's Lauletta off play action. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. And Rosas puts this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A first down carry for him.
Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing, Mariota. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defense...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Brett Kern now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in the big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, Loletta. And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10. Here's Loletta. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Coming off play action, Loletta to Shepard, complete over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On 1st down, it's Loletta. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Gun! Set! 319! 319!
Now Loletta on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first, this from 41. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Taylor. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Second down, Mariota. And he rifles one incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On third down, Mariota.
Must answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
It'll be 37 yards there. On the punt, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check, go back. We got motion. Back up.
On second down, here's Lauletta. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gone!
Back to throw, Lauletta. And Ingram hauls it in. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Nifty move. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Titans now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Now it's the backup Gabbert. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Come back, come back.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Tiger. Richmond. Black 99 Philly. Two jet. Tiger. Richmond.
Throwing again. Gabbert on 2nd and 10. Over the middle. Sharp's got it complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Gabbert now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Really not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Gabbert now, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Richmond. Two-jet. Richmond.
From the shotgun, it's Gabbert. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then.
Right there. All day, baby.
The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And it's fielded at the 34. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. And the Titans getting set to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Alec Ogletree in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Gabbert. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Third and long for Gabbert. And he locates Walker, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Reset. Tiger. Come back. Come back.
Out of the gun, Gabbert. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw is Gabbert. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. After the run, Lauletta now going to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A first down carry for Barkley. And some room to work. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 53 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
One set, eyes up, one set. Black 99, Philly. Tiger.
Throwing. Gabbard. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 46.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The toss out to Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Taken down inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And now running right through it. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.